I think UCF is an incredible football team. Especially for the type of league that they play in, I think they're head and shoulders better than most of the teams in their league. However, when you look at their league and you look at their competition top to bottom, they don't face the rigors of the ACC, the SEC, for the most part, the Pac-12, the Big 12. They don't face that type of competition week in and week out. And when you face that type of competition, there are several ways that it can be impactful to you as a football team. Number one is the physicality. I mean, they wear you going into these games week in and week out. It just wears you down. Number two, preparation. You got to prep for Alabama one week, then LSU the next, then Georgia. That is a high level of preparation because you look at the level of talent, you look at the level of schemes that you can run because the talent is so much better. I'm not sure if UCF is equipped to have to handle that level of talent week in and week out. The Power 5 teams that they do play, it turns out, for the last couple of years, those games have been canceled due to inclement weather. I think it's Georgia Tech and North Carolina. So we still don't even see what UCF could do during the season against, say, some of the middle tier Power 5 teams. So I just think even if UCF would have managed to beat LSU in this game, I just still don't think that solidifies their argument as a viable team for the playoffs. Especially at the level that these teams are going to be playing in the playoffs, like Alabama and Clemson. I mean, they might have been able to compete with Notre Dame because I just don't think Notre Dame was that great of a football team. But at the same time, UCF, just because of their schedule, because they're not tested, they're just not tested. They're not tested week in and week out. So we can't get a fair depiction of whether they deserve to be in the playoffs. Now, could they get in the playoffs, and because this is the one Power 5 team they have to play, they have plenty of time to prepare for it? Do I think they would have had a decent showing? Probably so. But we have to look at how would UCF potentially, how would they have been if they are having to compete in the SEC week in and week out, ACC week in and week out? I just don't think it's the same. Instead of a 13-0 team, I think you're looking at a 9-3 team, maybe 8-4. Maybe something like what Missouri did, somewhere around in there, or what Auburn did this year. But definitely not an undefeated team in the SEC. That's preposterous. But anyway, I do think we need to let the UCF thing die down. You all take it easy.